Good afternoon. We welcome you into West New York, New Jersey, here at Miller Stadium for the second consecutive day. It's Memorial versus Fort Lee as we take off, and the first pitch is low from Elian Munoz. Like I just said, Memorial played a game here yesterday, a 6-0 loss to Union City as that pitch is swung on and missed. Count 1-1. Munoz delivers again. That one taken just outside and dropped. Was raining a little bit before the start of this one, about 20 minutes. Didn't get too heavy at any point before it, but certainly made the scene a little colder, made warm-ups a little bit more difficult as the 2-1 from Munoz can't find the strike zone just up high. That'll bring the count to 3-1 here in the top of the first. Wind is going to be pretty heavy throughout the entirety of this one. That one fouled back and over the netting. No chance for a play. It's going to be about 35-mile-per-hour gusts the whole time. The American flag in center field pointing out towards right. That's going to be a big advantage for any lefties as Munoz starts out his day with a leadoff walk. Stefan Kim gets on base to start this one off. Now coming up, Luke Senator. He's a sophomore, 18 at-bats so far. Logged on the season. He's averaging 389 through those. Takeoffs to second. The throw! Not in time! And Fort Lee has a runner in scoring position to start this one off. He came off a little bit on the slide, but was able to get back before a second tag could be applied. And the 1-0 count here in the top of the first with a runner on second. That one high. Kim thought about third, took a pretty aggressive secondary lead over there on second. The count moves to 2-0. That pitch can't find the strike zone either. That'll move the count to 3-0. Open base on first. Wouldn't be terrible to walk him here. Would set up a double play. That one grounded to third. Looks the runner back. The throw from third in time. And there is an out for Memorial on the 3-0 count with no consequences. Kim doesn't move. A great fundamental play there. Looking the runner back. Getting the ball over to first with about 5 steps to spare. Before Senator could reach the first base bag. The situation now 1 out here in the top of the first. No scores. A runner on second. And that first pitch will find the zone. Strike one. The first pitch strike so far today. Second pitch low. Kim takes off for third. The throw is going to be late. It got by. The 1-1 count. Delivers that one low as well. And Elian Munoz with a little bit of control issues so far. The count 2-2. That one taken, it's just high. Kim on third, a chance for a sac fly here if he can bring one to the outfield. Dorcom settles in. Ready. Sees the pitch, takes it low, and that will be ball four. Runners now on the corners for Fort Lee here in the first. We saw similar first inning troubles yesterday for the Memorial squad. 2 runs scored in the first inning of that game. And another thing we saw was a lot of runners on the corner situations. Is that one taken low? Isn't able to get by the catcher, though. We saw Union City a lot of situations where they had a runner on first and third, and they would take second with no throw either of the probably 5 or 6 times they attempted that play, as that one is swung on and missed from Nico Sango, the sophomore. Delivers that one, taken outside as well. We'll move the count to 2-1 here in this scoreless first so far. He's batting .286 on the season, 6 hits through his 21 at-bats, scored 5 runs. Swings on that one, hits off the pitcher. He'll get it to first, though. Delivers the out. Runner moves to second. That'll make it second and third here with 2 outs. 2 runners in scoring position. And they're going to check on Elian Munoz, who took that one right to the stomach. But he seems to be okay. Certainly worse places that one could have hit. But now 2 runners in scoring position. The sac fly no longer a possibility. As his first pitch is low, runners won't go. Backstop only about 5 feet away from where the catcher is positioned, so just not a lot of time to run. And it has to be an instant commitment from Kim, who stands on third, if he even wants a chance at swiping home. That one swung on, popped up in the infield. Should be playable. Alexis settles under it just in front of the first base bag, and he makes the catch. That will do it for us in the top of the first. 2 men left on, both in scoring position, but no run score. A scoreless first, and that will take us to Memorial's first at-bat. We're back here in West New York. Memorial's first chances at a score, and they set up for a bunt right off the bat. Takes low. Jacob Greenberg is on the mound for Fort Lee, the sophomore who will sometimes play in the infield as well. He's only thrown 66 pitches on the year as the second pitch of that at bat is taken up high. And he will start his count 2-0. 5 innings pitched so far and no earned runs allowed. So not only is he good, he's efficient with it. 5 complete runs. He's averaging about 12 pitches an inning as the third pitch of the at-bat misses as well. A 3-0 count to start this one off. That pitch low as well. That pitch taken in the dirt. That one swung on, popped. Look out in the daycare. That was headed right for it. But he will stay alive. Fernandez awaiting the pitch. Delivers. And a called strike 3. Jacob Greenberg strikes out his first batter after falling in the count early. And that will be his first out of the game. Memorial with one out now here in the top of this scoreless first inning, the bottom of this scoreless first inning. Alvaro steps in the plate now and Greenberg delivers his pitch. That one called a strike about 5 seconds after the pitch hit the catcher's glove. That one low, though. That'll even up the count 1-1. Third pitch of the at-bat swung on and lifted high in the infield. Shortstop calling for it. Shifts all the way over to the second base position and makes the catch. Arm fully extended just outside the infield. And a little confusion over as the second baseman looked like he had it for quite a bit, but the shortstop shifted over about 30 feet from his spot to make that catch over his back. Certainly didn't have the easiest route or vantage point, I guess you could say, on that ball, but makes the catch nonetheless. And that's 2 outs now for Memorial in the bottom of the first, right where Greenberg would have been aiming to start, especially after that little control issue he had in the first couple pitches of this game. Laura takes that one outside the count 3-0. A chance for Memorial's first base runner. Takes that one as well. No, it's called a strike. Again, extremely late from the home plate umpire. It looked like he had walked as that one is swung on and tipped right back to the catcher. Count goes full. Greenberg trying to finish this inning without a runner on base. Loads up the pitch. Swung on and chopped right back to Greenberg. He'll take it, toss it underhand, and a 1-2-3 inning. Down goes Memorial to finish this first. We head to the second. Memorial nothing, Fort Lee nothing. We're back here in the second inning here at Miller Stadium as that pitch is swung on and missed. Portley brought up 5 batters, their last inning, 2 of which were left on. As Munoz delivers, and a called strike 3. That's his first strikeout of the day. And Greenberg, who just pitched an extremely well orchestrated first inning, now steps up to bat. Did some damage and is hoping to continue to do some damage to Memorial's offensive front, now seeing if he can do any defensively. The count 1-0. And that will move to 2-0 as that pitch is high. Munoz steps off, catches his breath. Stats delivers. That one high as well. Look out. As Greenberg had to duck. That one headed straight for his helmet. Count moves to 3-0. We saw it. The same thing happened to lead off the first inning, which was swung on and a ground out to second. That one low, though. No swing. And Greenberg takes his base. And now, with the runner on first, no outs here in the top of the second, Lee steps up. Munoz delivers that one low. It's 5 consecutive balls to start the inning for Munoz. And sometimes in baseball, when you lose your control, it can be extremely difficult to get it back. And another late call from the home plate umpire. That one finds the zone. He's calling these, with no exaggeration, about 4 to 5 seconds after it hits the catcher's glove. It's usually back in Munoz's hand by the time it gets called. That one again. Called. The count moves to 1-2. Munoz delivers. That one swung up and fouled back our way. Hits off a couple bleachers and no one down there to get it. Quite far out of play. Count stays at 1-2. Munoz readies. Lee swings it, fouls it back to about the same spot he did. That one on the roof. I can hear it bouncing right above where we are in the press box. Two straight fouls from Lee. Count stays 1-2. A runner on first. We're scoreless here in the top of the second. Delivers. That one's high. And the count shifts up in Lee's favor, even at 2-2. That one delivered, swung on and missed on a pitch that was seemingly about at Lee's shoulder level. And there is Munoz's second strikeout of the inning. 2 outs now, 1 away from finishing it. Runner still stands on first, but that's all. Luke Senatori, the sophomore, takes his spot in the batter's box now, and he'll take that first pitch high. He's batting .389 on the season, as well. 18 at-bats, 7 hits, 5 RBIs. He's drawn 2 walks as well through those 21 at-bats. Count 0-1. Munoz delivers. Trying to swipe second and successfully doing it as the pitch sails high. Union City now a runner in scoring position with 2 outs in both innings of this game so far. As Elijah Beeman warms up in the bullpen for Memorial. And thinking about stealing third was Gabriel Lasval, who swiped second just a couple pitches ago. Count 2-1. Munoz pitches. That one popped up straight back. That'll leave the stadium. And the count 2-2. Munoz 1 strike away from finishing it. Here in the second, he's faced some danger, but no consequences for it yet. Runner in scoring position stands on second. Swing and a miss. Munoz strikes out the side, and that's how the second will end. No strikeouts in the first, 3 in the second, and that will take us now to the bottom of the second. Memorial coming up next. We're scoreless here in West New York. We're back for the bottom of the second. Greenberg takes the mound again. The rain, which went away just about at game time, has resurfaced just a little bit as Pantaleon steps in the box. The only hitter on this Memorial team that has hit a home run so far, as that one does not find the strike zone. Pantaleon sets in and takes a swing at one quite short of home plate. And swing selection has certainly been an issue for Pantaleon so far. His first season of Memorial Baseball, as his teammates cheer him on, he swings and drives one just foul down the third base line. A couple feet shy, it hit the infield dirt, which only stretches about 2 feet away from the foul line. He loves that spot, hit a sharp double over that way yesterday that hit the wall on one bounce. And that one might have been potentially 3 bases, but no, and he fouls that one off behind home plate. Count stays at 1-2. Man, when he makes contact, do those balls come fast off the bat. It's just about getting that contact in the first place for Lewy Pantaleon. Greenberg delivers, swung on and tipped. Pantaleon just barely stays alive in this at-bat to start off the bottom of the second for Memorial. We're still scoreless. Let's go, Lewy. Chance erupt from the third base side. The pitch hits Pantaleon on his left arm, and he will take first. Seems to be okay, despite some slight pain. He's shaking it off. He's one not afraid of stealing once he gets on base. He's got 4 stolen bases so far, and before this game, batting .316 with a .421 slugging. And running out to the pitcher's mound and then coming back is one of the Memorial coaches who thought Pantaleon might need a checkup. He seems to be good, though. Might impact his willingness to go steal if his left arm isn't feeling all that well. Danny Diaz now steps into the righty batter's box. He started yesterday in an outing that probably would not be considered one of his best. Pantaleon leads. He takes off. Swing and a miss from Diaz. The throw down is safe. Pantaleon just gets his arm in. A good throw, but the tag just couldn't get Pantaleon's hand. He stuck it in there. The count now 0-1. Diaz swung and missed, but Memorial a runner in scoring position. Greenberg delivers now. The first time he's had a runner in scoring position all day. That one bounces a few feet short of home plate. Pantaleon takes his lead off of second. Greenberg looks at him. No one on the bag. He can be quick to get back if he needs to. Yesterday's game full of pickoff attempts, none successful except for one back pick by Union City on an attempted steal. Greenberg delivers that one low. Diaz steps out, resets, taps the plate with his orange bat. Pantaleon with his lead. Greenberg delivers that one low as well. Pantaleon more aggressively. Now that one popped up in the infield. The shortstop should have it. Settles under it and has to make a little bit of a last-ditch jump to get to it, but get to it he will. That's the first out for Memorial here in this scoreless bottom of the second. Elian Munoz, the pitcher, now steps up to bat. Wind still blowing just as hard as it did for first pitch. And the first pitch to Munoz does find the strike zone. That one, another pretty late call. Greenberg, the pitch. That one doesn't find the zone, and there'll be a mound visit here for Fort Lee. Just a quick checkup. Calming Greenberg down. Elian Munoz, both pitchers hitting today. No designated hitters in the lineup. And that one chopped over to third. The pitch, the throw gets there, and Pantaleon gets to third base, no problem. Now the situation, runner on third, 2 outs here for Memorial. This is the farthest they've advanced a runner all day. As Oliver Rivera, the freshman, now steps up to the plate. He has 11 at-bats so far in the season, batting .182 in them. And the first pitch swung on, popped pretty far back behind home plate. He's got 2 hits so far on the season, both of them singles, and he's drawn a walk as well. His first at-bat of the day. Pantaleon steps off a third. Pitch delivered from Greenberg. That one can't find the zone. Greenberg sets. No one on third. That one swung over to third. And they're going to call it a fair ball. Pantaleon coming home, hesitant. And they're going to say he got him. Pantaleon thrown out at home. The third baseman on a ball that was just teetering on the foul line was called fair. And the third baseman just couldn't believe it. Pump faked to first almost 3 times. And then finally dished home as Pantaleon tried to score the first run of the day for either team, but thrown out by mere inches. The 6'4" kid not long enough to reach his hand in before that throw could get there. And we go now to the third scoreless. We're back in the third inning. Fort Lee ready for their third at bat, their third set of at bats. This game, they've put a runner in scoring position each inning so far. None of them have been able to touch home. However, third is the farthest they've got. That one comes in, swung on, and tipped. That'll move the count 0-2. It's Kim at bat. This is his second of the day. He was able to get on base his first time up, and that one swung on and missed. Foul tipped, actually, into the catcher's glove. Counts the same, one out here for Memorial to start this third. That's 4 strikeouts in a row here for Munoz after getting none in the first inning. Senatore steps up, the catcher, for his second at bat, and he drives one deep to center field. Pantaleon running back on it, but it's just a few feet over his glove. He'll get to it quick, though. No chance to go for third, but Luke Senatore is in for a stand-up double. Pantaleon, if playing just a little bit further back, might have had a chance to make a play on it. But such a deep center field here at Miller Stadium. It's 400 feet to the wall and then about 30 feet up once you get there if you want to hit a home run. The wind certainly playing a factor in that one. Might not have had as much of a boost if we weren't seeing these 35-mile-per-hour gusts that we are now. American flag in center field has had no break. It's been swinging straight out all day. Munoz delivers. And Senatore just jogs over to third. And there's confusion on the base paths. There was a timeout called. Senatore back at second, takes the lead, no one covering. Munoz delivers. Senators really thought about going for third there. Got everyone set, but he won't. He'll stay where he is. Runner on second, 2-0 count. With one out here in the top of the third. Now finally covering second. And then leaving. Senator stays again. And another late call from the umpire. Count 2-1. That one outside quite a bit. Munoz ready. Senator leads quite a bit, and they'll think about backpicking him, but there's no one to throw to as Munoz steps off and just goes through the motions. Bradley Lee at bat. He waits for the pitch after the faked pickoff attempt. Fouls that one back right into the netting. And the count full. 3-2 with one out here in the top of the third. An empty base at first. A walk here would set up a double play. Ready's the pitch. That one outside. And walk Lee will. Runners on first and second now with one out. Double play could end the inning. A runner still stands in scoring position, which they've done all 3 innings now. It's just been a matter of bringing them home, which Fort Lee has not been too great at so far through about the 4 or 5 at-bats they've had with runners in scoring position. Munoz pitches. That one drilled out to center field. It's going to be a base hit. Ponce de Leon gets to it quite quickly, and he'll make a throw home that's cut off. A run scores. Fort Lee strikes first here on this Saturday morning. It's 1-0. It's going to be the same exact base path situation. Stays the same first and second. Just different runners on each base. And Memorial down early again. Munoz gets ready. And that one low. Runners think about taking off. They'll stay in their places. Just so hard to steal bags on pass balls with how close that backstop is to the catcher. We've seen pass balls yesterday that ended up in throwouts, even on steals to second. Just because the catcher is able to recover from their mistakes so quickly, or even if it's not their mistakes, it's just a wild pitch. That one will find the zone. Munoz gets ready. He'll throw that one low. Count moves to 2-1. Just cannot walk, cannot put a runner on third with less than 2 outs in this situation. It would pack the bases if that were to happen. 2 balls away from it as that pitch finds the zone. An exorbitantly late call from the home plate umpire. I don't know if he's saying anything to the players on the field, which I assume he is, but it's hard to call up here. We have no idea. As that one doesn't find the zone, that'll load the count. Biggest at-bat so far of this game. 3-2 count, 1 out, a chance to either have this game be 2 outs, runners on first and second, or bases loaded with only 1. Munoz sets, delivers the pitch, swung on, foul back, will do it again. Runners take their leads. Batter sets. Munoz from the stretch, delivers the pitch. That one swung on, fouled back again to about right where we are. That one almost came in the press box. We've got a little opening at the top where there's a ladder. And now, with a 3-2 count, the entire team, along with head coach, will gather at the pitcher's mound. It's Max Greenberg, the pitcher, at bat. A chance to help himself out. And they'll make it more than a mound visit with a 3-2 count here in a big stake situation. They're going to make a mid-batter pitching change. Elijah Beeman is going to be the one to come in. He's a junior, and he is going to be brought in. His first pitch is going to be a 3-2 count to Elijah Greenberg, where a walk would load the bases. We're back here, Fort Lee, with their 1-0 lead that they just got on a base hit into center field. Now with runners on first and second, a 3-2 count. And now we're good. Beeman has finished his warm-up pitches, the 3-2 count. His first pitch has to be a strike. And the strike, it is not. High and outside. That's going to load the bases up here for Beeman. And one pitch into his outing, he already has to face the bases loaded. The runners on second and third don't belong to him. They belong to Munoz. But regardless, a chance for big runs for Fort Lee as that pitch falls in the zone, strike one. It's Marcus Lee at bat. He's a junior. And he swings at that one down the third base line, foul by quite a bit. Over by the third base coach just to get a little reference point. That one had a little bit of speed to it, though. It'll go all the way back to the fence about where it hits concrete, about 40 feet short of the 280-foot wall. Beeman delivers again, and Lee drives one out to left field. That's going to score 2 runs, or maybe not. They're going to get the throw in on time. They deliver the tag and out. At home, Memorial makes a play and saves themselves a run. That'll keep it to only 2-0 here and give them a little bit of an easier out. What should have been, at the worst case scenario for Fort Lee, bases loaded with 1 out and another run scored, is instead only 1 runner on third, 1 runner on first, and an out away now is Beeman from finishing this inning. Greenberg at bat. And taking off for second is Lee. No throw. He gets there standing up, even runs through second base a little bit. He knew Memorial wouldn't do it. A base empty on first now. 2 runners in scoring position. A chance to make it 4-0 with a base hit. As Greenberg takes no strike. The count 2-1. That one fouled right off the home plate, but some backspin on it. It'll bounce back over the catcher and the umpire. Beeman walks around the pitcher's mound a little bit. Gets set to 2-2. 1 strike away. Delivers. Swung on. And just fair over the glove of Alexis Diaz. That's going to score 2 runs. And Greenberg over to second. Baseball, a game of inches. And that one just barely gets over the infield defense. Don't see too many hits like that. And even though the wind seemingly calms down a little bit, not enough to block that ball down. Alexis fully stretched out over in the first base position, but got over his glove by maybe a foot or so. And Greenberg doubles as that first pitch is fouled back. Beeman, who came in when it was a 1-0 game, now sees the score at 4. Only one of those runs was his. After Munoz pitched 2 1/3, allowing only 1 at the point he was taken out, but again, ownership for those runners on first and second that came through as well. So 3 earned runs will be his official report through 2 1/3. Beeman 1 so far. Responsibility for the runner on second as that pitch sails high. Count now 1-2. Beeman delivers. Runner takes off for third. It's a swing and a miss, a drop, third strike. And they will just barely get the ball in on time as Alexis had to jump up and come back down to get that one. But that will do it for us here in the third inning. Not before Fort Lee drops 4 runs after a series of hits and a couple walks. We'll head now to the bottom of the third. Memorial, a chance to make up some ground. We're back for the bottom of the third. Andres Jimenez will lead it off. Greenberg stays on the mound. And Greenberg can't find the strike zone. That one just a little bit low with his first pitch. of the inning. He's got through two with only a little bit of trouble in the second, but Pantaleon being thrown out at home, meaning Greenberg is yet to give up a run. Memorial yet to score a run yesterday and today. They're 9 innings without a run crossing the plate. And that's just counting, like we said, yesterday and today. The fourth pitch of that at-bat comes in low as well, and it's a 3-1 count for Jimenez to start it off. A chance for a leadoff walk, a leadoff base runner. And he swings and misses at that one. That will load up the count. And Memorial having no trouble getting the runners on base. It's just seemingly in both of these games been scoring them once they are, as Jimenez swings and misses at that one. Greenberg adds another strikeout to the tally. Manuel Pereira, one of WHIT's own now, steps into the box. He'll take a step out, get some signs from his third base coach, and step back in. His first at-bat of the day. And he shows bunt for a little bit, takes it back, though, as he saw that one low and outside. Count starts 1-0 here with one out in the bottom of the third. Memorial down 4 to Fort Lee. Greenberg sets. Pitches again. That one low and outside as well. Hit the dirt before it caught any leather of the catcher's glove. Manny shows bunt again. He'll take it back once more, and no strike call comes in. Manny takes his base on 4 pitches. And Memorial now, they've had a base runner every inning. They've put a runner in scoring position in the first and second. We'll see if they can do it here, but even if they can, it's been a struggle to get him home. Manny takes off for second. That pitch low. They get the throw off anyways, but it sails into center field. Pereira's going to try for third, and there won't even be a throw. He slides in, but there wasn't a need to. And Memorial now, a runner on third here with one out. A chance for a sac fly. They're going to protest it, saying he might not have touched second, but umpire calls him safe. Greenberg, the righty, he can see Pereira's lead off third. That one bounces. No chance for Manny to think about it. And the count now 2-0. Pitch swung on and missed there by Rafael Fernandez. We're back at Memorial's top of the order for the first time today. That pitch comes in low. Bounced a little bit just before the home plate, which kind of has a little bit of a slant on it on all the borders. Could pop that ball up if it was about an inch forward. Count 3-1. Pitch comes in, swung on, and missed by Fernandez. That's going to load up the count. And if you're Fernandez, you're thinking anything but a strikeout. Get this ball in play at all costs so Pereira has a chance of scoring from third. And that he will. It's just fair. They're going to go home with it, trying to tag Pereira out. And no problem. 2 outs now. Fort Lee has produced by tagging the runner going home. Pereira just waited for way too long before he thought about it. Standing in fair play for some reason when he's taking his lead. And a play that he likely could have scored on if he just took off straight off the bat, but didn't do it. And now 2 outs, runner on first. Memorial down 4. Pickoff attempt. Not even close to get Fernandez, who is now the only base runner. Greenberg steps off, gives a quick glance over to Fernandez, but he'll step back on, no throw. Delivers pretty quick, and that one gets by. Fernandez won't steal, though. He's got 2, though, so far on the year, stolen bases, that is. As that pitch will find the zone. Greenberg, the count set at 1-1, just one batter away from going through 3 scoreless. Greenberg, the 1-1, delivers that one just outside. Count 2-1. Fernandez takes his lead. The rain picking up, and that's a factor that might be impacting Greenberg's accuracy at this point. One pitch away from walking his second batter of the inning, and swung on off the leg there, maybe even the ankle of Alvaro. The rain about as bad as we've seen it, maybe except for part of the warm-ups where it was coming down a little bit. And this is all relative. It hasn't been too bad to the point where the umps would consider postponing this game at all. Greenberg wants a new ball. Too much rain on that one. And the full count now. A runner on first. He delivers. That one swung out. It's going to drop. Fernandez is going to head for third. There's a throw over there. It looks pretty nice, and it's in no point in time enough to get him, although it was a great throw. That's going to allow Alvaro to hit second, and now Memorial a scoring chance here to end this third inning. They've got runners on second and third. The same exact situation in which Fort Lee scored their third and fourth runs. A base hit that just lobbed over Alexis Diaz got them to. Memorial now in the same spot. It's Alexis Martinez. And the first pitch does find the zone. No swing from Martinez. Runners take their leads pretty aggressively, and Martinez drives one to right. Both runners are going to score as it gets by the right fielder. Martinez slips rounding first, thought he could maybe try for second on the right field error, but he'll get back with no problem. Memorial drops 2 runs here in the bottom of the third. Pantaleon steps back up. He was taken out trying to go for home earlier. Would have likely been the first run of this game if he took off just a little bit earlier or was taking his lead in a further foul position. He takes that one a few feet short of even the start of the batter's box. And an inning that Memorial has been quite productive in comparatively, would likely even have been more productive without Pereira being thrown out at home. Would have scored regardless of whether he stayed or just went earlier. As that one's popped out, that should do it. The first baseman can't get to it. It's over his head. And Pantaleon is going to get to first just barely. Wasn't hustling too hard off the bat, but he gets there Regardless, Martinez gets all the way to third. And now runners on the corners for Memorial. And you wonder if the rain played any factor. It was quite a high ball. The sky's extremely cloudy. Might have given the ball a chance to blend in a little bit. And the wind blowing, also a potential reason on why the ball sailed over the head of Nico Sango, the sophomore first baseman. Carlos Laura is going to take over for Pantaleon running from first. As Greenberg delivers again, Danny Diaz at bat. This is the first time Memorial has had runners on the corners. They might try to take second. That one drilled, and it's under the glove. That one gets all the way to the outfield. Laura's going to try for third. And they might have had a chance to put Danny Diaz in a pickoff. But first baseman Nico Sango was quite off his place over by the S in the Tigers logo, which is about 10 feet behind the pitcher's mound. Memorial finally starting to find some offensive productivity. That one just under the glove of Stephen King. I don't think he'll be charged with an error for that one. It was quite a hard hit ball. Would have been a tough play to make. And now runners on the corner again. Rain starting to get a little bit more aggressive. According to the forecast, it was supposed to stop about 15 minutes after first pitch of this game, but not the case, evidently. And it seems to be impacting Greenberg's pitching ability. He'll step off again, as he did the pitch before. No throw. And they'll try to steal second. There's a base hit that likely would have been caught, but the shortstop had to shift over to try to make that play on the steal from second. And Memorial has tied this game. Both teams dropped 4 runs in their third innings, and we are tied. Runners on the corner again, and like I said, Diaz took off for second on the pitch, and the shortstop Marcus Lee went over to cover, vacating his normal spot, and that is right where that line drive went. It would have been a tough play regardless, but no chance for that play as one, he was already basically on second base, and his momentum coming that way as well. No chance to turn around. That one goes all the way to center, scores a run, and now runners on the corner on the hit from Elijah Beeman. All of these 4 runs coming with 2 outs for Memorial. Certainly a chance for more. Beeman doesn't take off on the pitch. And the first is taken outside from Oliver Rivera, the freshman. Beeman doesn't go again, and Rivera swings at a pitch that he really had no shot of hitting. Bounced in the lefty batter's box. Greenberg delivers that one, taken short again. Beeman will swipe second with no throw. And now a chance for Memorial to build what could be a 2-run lead if they can find another single here that they've strung up a series of with 2 outs. Greenberg sets the pitch. High. And that'll bring the count to 2-2. Empty base at first. And the wind about as strong as we've seen it. Conditions not good for pitching. Swing and a miss, though. Rivera goes down. Greenman finds a strikeout to finish, but not before 4 runs cross the plate for Memorial after a daunting top of the third. Memorial match Fort Lee, and we are tied heading to the fourth. We're back here. It's the fourth inning after a combined 8 runs scored by both teams in the third, 4 aside. And that means we remain tied. Beeman stays on the mound. And that one outside. Count 2-0 to start off the fourth. And that pitch popped up in foul territory. And Pereira hits off his glove as he slides over into foul territory. He's hurt. He's hurt, laying on the ground for a little bit. He's standing up now. Picks up his glove and hat, and he looks like he's going to be able to walk this one off. That's one that he's certainly going to be a little frustrated with. Hit off what looked like the inside of his glove, just couldn't close it in time. The count moves to 2-1, and there's no gap at all or barrier per se, but in between the turf and the concrete. Beeman delivers, and that one outside, 3-1. And Christian Senator swings on that one, puts it out of the stadium behind his back. That shifts the count to 3-2. We're full to start off the fourth. As Pantaleon no longer in this game, was taken out when he was on first. The full count Hit hard down the third base line, but foul by a matter of feet. Again, one that stayed on that darker colored infield turf. But just foul. Count stays full. We'll do it again. The pitch. Taken outside, and Christian Senator has a walk. He's one of 5 freshmen on this team, not something you'd expect too much from a varsity baseball lineup, but that's what they're going with. As that one is hit out hard to left field, getting under it and making the catch. Though Memorial fields it cleanly. Beeman stares down the runner on first. And the pitch doesn't find the zone. That one's a little inside. Count 1-0. That pitch will find it. Count moves to 1-1. Senator takes his lead off first again. And they'll pick this time. Senator back just barely this time. Pickoff attempt closer than most of them we've seen today. Senator on first. He's only got 1 stolen base so far on the season. Doesn't try to make it 2 on that pitch, which is low. Doing 1 count, and the Memorial pitching staff telling him just throw strikes. Don't concern yourself with Senator on first. Beeman delivers that one in with some extra velocity to it. But no call from the umpire. That'll move the count to 3-1. The pitch. That one swung on and chopped over. Fielded it short. The throw to first goes over the head of Martinez. Senator is going to move to third. And his brother, Luke Senator, is going to have to stay on first. And the brothers on the corner now with only 1 out recorded so far in the top of the 4th. Luke, a little bit of an aggressive secondary lead, and that one is hacked off foul by Jack Dorcom. Runners on first and third here. Count 0-1, 1 out. Tie game here in the top of the 4th. Luke will take second this time, but that's fouled over by us on the first base side. Count moves to 0-2. Beeman, a chance to record a 3-pitch out. Readies. The pitch. That one swung on, chopped foul over on the third base side. No one holding back the runner on third. That pitch chopped foul again. About the same spot, maybe a little bit further foul than the last one, umpires gets a replenishment of hopefully dry balls that Beeman will be happy to use. The rain stopped, for now at least, as the 0-2. That one can't find the zone. They're going to call it just outside, maybe a little low as well. The count now 1-2. That one chopped over to third, bobbled, and picked up by Pereira, the second baseman. They won't get any outs, though. No time to try to make a play on Dorcom at first. A run will score. Runners now on first and second. Fort Lee takes the lead now 5-4 in the top of the fourth. Would have been a great ball to try to turn a double play on, but bobbled. And, part of the reason it was such a good double play ball was because of how hard it was hit, but Diaz couldn't field it. They're going to do a double steal, and no throws will be made in any direction. Bobbled a little bit, and that's going to allow, even though both runners hesitated a little bit on the run, especially Dorcom coming from first, they find themselves now second and third as that pitch bounces before the plate. The count now 1-1. Only one out so far. A longer inning, certainly, than they would have liked. Beeman running his pitch count up. Some action now in the Memorial bullpen. That one fielded cleanly over at third. Sent over to first, and no runs are going to be able to score on that pitch. A great play by Alvaro Hechavarria at third. Gets it over, but not before looking Senator on third back. 2 outs, same situation. Runners stay on second and third. Sack fly, no longer a possibility. All they have to do now, just record an out. Beeman hoping to get out of this inning with only one run. That one chopped over to third. Diaz fields it cleanly. It's over to Martinez, and Martinez can't get his foot on the bag in time, but he ran off into first base. Max Greenberg, the batter, went back into fair play after crossing first base, and Martinez tagged him, which would normally be an out, but they're going to say Martinez tripped him while Greenberg was still in the baseline, and that's why he was called safe. One runner will score. That shifts the score now to 6-4 in Fort Lee's favor. And the throw from Diaz just high and to the right forced Martinez off the bag, and he couldn't get his foot back in time. Greenberg is going to try for second. It shouldn't matter. That one popped up the third base side. It's in play, and the catch is made to end the inning. Alvaro Hechavarria makes the catch, and that will do it, but not before Fort Lee drops 2. Runners left on second and third to end the top of the fourth. We'll head now to the bottom of the fourth. Memorial, a chance to try to even up the score once more. We're back in the bottom of the fourth as Andres Jimenez takes his second at bat of this game in a 1-2 count. Bases are empty. And a swing and a miss on that one. Jimenez goes down swinging. And the first pitching change of the game occurred over this inning for Jack Dorcom, who is now on the mound. Beeman comes out, allowing 4, which might be less if any of those plays from last inning were considered errors. I'm assuming the pop-up from Pantaleon that sailed over the first baseman's head will be, which should reduce that count. That one bounces before the plate. Count 1-1. As that one's drilled over into left field, it's going to drop and it's going to stay fair. Christian Cuevas has a single to start off this inning for Memorial. Excuse me, not lead off this inning. There is one out. Fernandez steps in. His third at bat of this game is a pickoff attempt back to first. No chance. Fernandez ready, sets up for the bunt, pulls it back, and that one dinks off of his left shoulder. Not too direct. It's skidded off quite well. That shouldn't hurt too bad. And now runners first and second for Memorial in the earlier parts of this bottom of the fourth inning. Memorial down to the score 6-4 in favor of Fort Lee. Memorial trying to claw out of this 2-run deficit. They've proved they can. They clawed out of a 4-run deficit last inning as that pitch to Alvaro Hechavarria is low. Runners take their leads. That one taken in the zone strike. That'll even up the count 1-1. Hechavarria ready as Dorcom looks at the second baseman. And a back pick now to second won't be nearly quick enough. Alvaro set up for a bunt there, took it back. That pitch way high. Count now 2-1. Dorcom sets up the pitch. Bunt again attempted and taken back as the pitch way outside. Count 3-1. Memorial could draw another walk here. That would load the bases with one out. And walk Alvaro will. Takes a duck as that one was headed straight for his white helmet. But he gets out of the way, no problem. And the bases are now loaded. Alexis Martinez steps up with a chance to tie it or even more. Here with one out in the bottom of the fourth. Alexis Martinez, a .389 batting average. 7 hits on the season, all of them singles, drawn 3 walks and a stolen base as well. First pitch in the zone, it's 0-1 to start off the at-bat. Second pitch isn't, catcher just grabs it before it is to hit the dirt. Count moves to 1-1. Runners take their leads everywhere Dorcom looks. There's a orange jersey. Delivers that one, it's chopped. Fielded at third. First is the only play, and they'll make the play there. Had to jump a little bit to catch it was Fort Lee first baseman Gabriel Garcia, and Pantaleon is back in the game, this time as a designated hitter. Was taken out a couple innings ago in exchange for a pinch runner at first base. Now steps up with an opportunity to do some damage. Memorial gets one run back, 6-5 now. A one-run hole. Runners on second and third with two outs. The first pitch, that one's low and bobbled a little bit, but no chance for any of the runners to take off, especially considering where they're at. Levy readies. The pitch from Dorcom, that one finds the zone. Count now 1-1. Dorcom Pantaleon takes a pretty and aggressive hack at that one. He'll foul it pretty much directly back. There's only fencing for about 6-7 feet up. The rest of it netting. He hit about the top of that fencing. With two strikes, drills one down the left field side. That one just squeaks fair. Two runs are going to score easily. Pantaleon on his way to second, and he will get there standing up. Claps his hands together at second base, and Memorial, for the first time today, has the lead, 7-6 in the bottom of the fourth. They dropped 4 in the fourth, 4 in the third, 3 in the fourth, and it's not over yet. Diaz steps in for his third at bat. First pitch over his head. Pantaleon at second. A runner still in scoring position for Memorial. Second pitch to Diaz. That one can't find the zone either. It's outside. Danny Diaz batting .400 right now on the season, the highest of any Memorial player. That one high as well. Count moves to 3-0, an empty base on first. He takes that one, and Diaz will stay in the righty's batter's box. That's a strike. 3-1 count. He has 3 walks already on the season, and that one fouled up to the top of the netting. That'll drive the count full. Diaz ready. That one comes in. He takes, watches it go by, and a called strike 3. Dorcom finishes the inning with a K, but not before 3 runs cross the plate. No scoring for either of these teams before the third inning. But the third and fourth, 13 combined runs. Memorial grabs 7 of them. We're back at Miller Stadium. 3 more innings to play before this one will be decided. We're about an hour and a half in. This game started at 11 o'clock, and that one ripped to center field. That'll be a base hit there from Jacob Greenberg, who pitched the first 2 1/3 of this game. Excuse me, first 3 innings of this game. And now stepping up, Gabriel Garcia, the junior. Beeman still on the mound. This would be his 3rd inning. And a swing and a miss on the first pitch. Aggressive swing there from Gabriel Garcia. Trying to put some bat on ball with some power. Can't do it though. The count 0-1. Sets up for a bunt this time. Pulls it back as that one goes low. Beeman delivers once more. That one low as well. Count, which started at 0-1, now 2-1. Location issues haven't been too much of an issue so far for him today. Not an excessive amount of walks. Bunts again. That one goes fair. And he's just beaten out. The throw to first gets there in time. Gabriel Garcia can't beat up the throw to first, even though there was a slight bobble. By Lee Villalobos playing catcher. Got behind him, but recovered and got the throw to first on time. Jacob Greenberg does get to second, which you can only assume they'll be happy with that result, moving their runner up. 1 out in the top of the 5th. Fort Lee down 1. That one drilled over to short, and there won't be time for a throw from Danny Diaz as that one bobbled again from him. Runners now first and second. The double play is set up. Stefan Kim, we mentioned, one of the 5 freshmen Fort Lee have on their roster. Beeman sets, he's ready, drills that one, and it finds the zone. No swing from Kim. That makes the count 0-1. Still 1 out here. The pitch, that one swung on, drilled over past Alvaro on third base. No chance to go home for Jacob Greenberg. He'll stay at third, but the base is now loaded. That one had Alvaro diving, but still a couple feet shy of bringing that one in. Just an absolute laser out into left field. And a chance for Fort Lee to take the lead once again. That one gets behind. Greenberg's going to try for home, and he'll get there. The first wild pitch that we've seen a runner be able to even try for home on, and that's just because of the wild bounce it took. Got behind Villalobos, bounced off the backstop, got about 6-7 feet of height on the bounce back into play. And then both Villalobos and Beeman went after it, no one covering home. And it was Villalobos to pick it up, looked behind him, and no time to apply a tag. All runners move up. Second and third now is where they stand. 1-1 count. Still only 1 out. A sac fly should score a run. That one fouled right towards the Memorial dugout. We're tied at 7 here in the 5th. this a non-divisional game, unlike yesterday. It won't count towards their county tournament placement. Will, however, count for state tournament placement as they fight to join in on Group 4 state tournament. That one fouled out over by the third base side, and Alvaro is there to make the catch. That moves it up to 2. An out they desperately needed now. 1 out away removes the possibility of scoring on anything that's not a hit or a wild pitch. Memorial can just focus on getting that ball over to first for the force out. No consequences will stem from that, but consequences will stem from this ball. It's lasered into center field. 1 run will score, and Pantaleon, who is now back in center, throws an absolute dot home that would have been sure to have Max Greenberg out if he tried to go. He won't. He'll stay on third, and Fort Lee grabs the lead back once again. And on the throw to home, Jack Dorcom makes his way up to second. And they'll sub him out for Gabriel Lasval, another freshman on this squad. Who's going to run? Beeman ready. Throws that one in. That'll be a strike. No swing from Nico Songo. Second pitch of the at-bat. Songo won't swing on that one either, but can't find the zone, a little bit low. Runners stand on their bases, finally come out for the leads. No one holding either of them on. Beeman pitches. That one just clips the inside part of the zone, moves the count to 1-2. A strike away from getting out of this, and being down only a run could be significantly worse with a hit here. A swing and a miss. It's a drop third strike, though. There's not going to be a play, and a run will score. Songo gets to first. Kim moves all the way up to third from second. And a strikeout that should have ended the inning gets by Villalobos. And then it went over. He was obstructed by the Fort Lee dugout, which extends over on the first base line. He fielded it, and the only thing he could see was straight concrete. No room to make a throw. The only play for an out there probably would have been at home if Beeman was able to come cover, but no time for that either. Unfortunate as the lead grows to 2 runs now for Fort Lee. An attempt steal to second. Garcia's going to take it. Songo's going to take it, excuse me. No throw from Memorial. They seem to not like throwing it all on those first and third situations, even if there are 2 outs. That one popped up. Center field. Pantaleon calls for it. Settles under it, and on 1 foot makes the catch to finally end the top of this 5th inning. Memorial loses their lead, though. The score now 9-7 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Beeman steps into the lefty's batter's box. That's the spot to be today with the 35-mile-per-hour wind gusts we've been seeing. Dorcom delivers the first pitch. That one finds the zone. And we start off the bottom of the fifth, 0-1. That one, though, just a tad low. Bounces right before the plate. Count evens up 1-1. Third pitch of the at-bat drilled. Second baseman nowhere close to it. And Beeman has a base hit to start off this bottom of the fifth. We've seen lead changes all day. Memorial down 4, came back to tie it, then down 2, and scored 3 to take the lead. Now down 2 again. They start off the bottom of the fifth with the runner on first. Oliver Rivera, the only freshman on this team compared to the 5 on Fort Lee, now steps into the box. And he'll take that one in. Dorcom ready. He'll pick back to first. Beeman back standing. Dorcom the pitch. That one's low as well. That seems to be the spot he misses the most. As Beeman takes his lead. Rivera ready for that one. That's way inside. And now 3 balls. Rivera, he's got 1 walk so far on the season. Won't make it 2 there. That one called. He's got 2 hits so far. Not today, over the course of his 11 at-bats, and a swing and a miss on that one is going to send him back to the dugout. 1 out now here in the bottom of the fifth. Memorial down 2. And a little bit of lineup confusion. Yadiel Gill steps up to the plate, trying to make his mark on this game. He's a junior. 12 at-bats recorded so far on the season, a hit in 1 of them. He scored 2 runs, though. Has been both walked and hit by a pitch. Beeman takes his lead, a back pick. Again, he's back standing. Count still empty for Gill. Hasn't seen a pitch yet. This one, he'll take high. And the second pitch of the at-bat, Gill takes as well, but it finds the zone. We're at 1-1, 2 pitches into this at-bat. Dorcom delivers again, takes that one low. 3 pitches, no swings so far from Yadiel Gill. The 4th pitch of that bat does warrant a swing. It's a double play ball. They get 1, can't get the 2nd. Gill just beats it out. And that will just be a runner swap over on first base. Gill takes the place, and now 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. They've scored 7 runs so far, but it's not enough. Still that 2-run deficit as they lay down a bunt. And it works beautifully. He beats it out over at first base. What a bunt there from Christian Cuevas right down the third base line. Put it at Point Nemo over on that area. No one close to it. Everyone needing to make quite the run, and it was Dorcom who got to it in time to at least try a throw, but beat out by about half a step. That one over to the shortstop. It's going to be a tough throw, and no throw will be made at all. Memorial loads up the bases on a ground ball to shortstop and 2 consecutive infield hits. That one from Rafael Fernandez as we cycle back to the top of the order. Memorial a chance to tie it with a base hit here with 2 outs in the 5th. Again, bases loaded. First pitch of the at-bat to Alvaro Echeverria, taken low. Fernandez on first, Cuevas on second, Gill on third. Second pitch of the at-bat, that's taken as well, but it will find the strike zone. Count now 2-1. 1-1. Dorcom sets the pitch with bases loaded, swung on, chopped over to shortstop again. The throw to first, in time and accurate, and that will do it. Memorial strands the bases loaded, no runs are scored, and we head to the 6th. We're back here. We're going to start the 6th inning off in Anthony Farinolo Field. It's Marcus Lee who's going to lead it off for Fort Lee. Beeman stays in. He's been in quite a while. He has all of his 110 available pitches ready coming in today. That's the max you can throw in a game, and it's 150 over the span of 5. Beeman ready. Came in the 3rd inning with runners on first and second and a 3-2 count. Only 1 run was scored at that point. 8 since then, only 5 of them can be accredited to him, though. The rest inherited base runners. And that's what brings us here, 9-7. Fort Lee leads in the top of the 7th. That one drilled out to center. Pantaleon finds it, though, and he makes the catch no problem. Put about anywhere else but directly to an outfielder, and that's a double, but sometimes baseball is cruel in those ways. Pantaleon only had to make about 2 or 3 light strides to see that one into his glove, and now there's one out here to start the 6th. Beeman ready. First pitch of that at bat is low. And Jacob Greenberg, who started this game on the mound and has had quite a successful day hitting as well, is back at the plate. Second pitch to him, also not high enough. 2-0 count to start off this at bat. That one swung on and popped out. Deep to left. Running out of room and hitting the wall is that ball. And Jacob Greenberg is at second. Standing up. That one just out of reach in left field, hit off the black tarp to start the wall about 290 feet away from home plate. Gabriel Garcia now comes up to hit with a runner in scoring position. And one out here in the top of the 6th, trying to build on this 2-run lead. And they will with that one. That's out to right, a base hit. They're going to send him home. And after a nice throw out from right, they'll tell him to go back. That'll put runners on the corners now with still only one out. We know what they're going to do now. They've done it the whole game when runners are on the corners. Gabriel Garcia is going to swipe second at some point during this at-bat, which should not warrant a throw from Memorial unless they're going to change up the game plan that they've been using pretty much the whole season. That one's a bunt, and it's just foul. This is Christian Senatore at bat. Beeman delivers again. That bunt is fair. No chance to go home. Looks the runner back, throws it over to first, and out is recorded. Garcia moves up to second, but that is all the consequence that will occur from that play. They get the out. Runner moves up second and third now with 2 outs. 1 out away, and it seems like almost every inning now when Memorial is on defense, there comes a time where there's 2 outs and 2 runners in scoring position. They've been successful more times than not, but when it's not successful, it can be quite devastating. Fort Lee a chance to take a 2-run lead here. That one popped up, called over by Christian Cuevas, who makes the play right outside the infield. Memorial somehow escapes the top of the 6th unscathed after a rough start. 2 men left on, second and third. That will take us now to the bottom of the 6th. Fort Lee still leads 9-7 is your score. We're back here. Memorial 6 outs to make up this 2-run deficit that has accumulated over the last couple of innings. 9-7 is your score. Memorial 2 runs down. And it's Alexis Martinez who's going to lead this 6th off for Memorial. He takes that one low. Dorcom, who's been in this game quite a while now. Martinez, we said the best batting average so far on this team through 18 at-bats. He's recorded 7 hits. The 2-1 pitch is high. That'll move it over to 3-1. Memorial 1 ball away from sending their leadoff runner over to first base. That one, though, swung, ground ball over to shortstop. The play is made. And first baseman Nico Sango scoops it out of the dirt off one bounce. Lewy Pantaleon comes up now. Just trying to create opportunity. He's absolutely capable of hitting a home run, but that won't bring this game to where Memorial would like it. A big hack and a miss on pitch number 1 of that at-bat, right down the pipe. Dorcom threw that one, but Pantaleon unable to get his bat on it. 0-1. That one, an aggressive swing and gets some nice exit velo on it, but foul about 15 feet down the third baseline. The dual sport athlete now in an 0-2 count. That one outside and low. Dorcom ready, trying to retire one of the harder batters he's going to face today. The ball in his hand. The 1-2 on the way. Swing and a drive out to left, and all the left fielder can do is watch. Pantaleon goes yard to left field. I'd say that one about 3:15, and Memorial brings the lead back to 1. Boy, did that one have some power on it. Pantaleon over the left field fence and into somebody's backyard. The lead now 1. Again, that ginormous fence out in left field, just 5 foot shy of the height you'll see if you head over to Fenway Park and look at the Green Monster. So not only do you need length, you need height, and Pantaleon, both of those things on that swing right there, as Danny Diaz now takes his spot in the righty batter's box. One swing now can change everything. Dorcom delivers that one high. One from Dorcom. And that one gets a piece of Danny Diaz again. He's headed over to first base. And now the tying run is on. And after not the greatest of starts to this 6th inning, both runners retired. Excuse me, 1 out here in the 6th. As Diaz takes his lead off first. A strong secondary as well, as that one's taken by Elijah Beeman. Beeman ready, the 1-1 count. Diaz trying to swipe second. He would have been out, but that ball gets all the way into center field. Diaz thought about going to third as well on that swing and a miss from Beeman, but he won't do it. He didn't realize it was by him until too late to try to make a play. And head coach John Rivera was screaming for Diaz to go for third, but didn't hear it or wasn't paying attention to it. And Beeman is going to go down looking. That's the second out of this inning. Memorial still down 1 here in the bottom of the 6th, 2 outs, and a runner in scoring position on second base. Diaz stands 180 feet away as the tying run. Memorial 4 outs to go. And now it's Oliver Rivera. The freshman's back, and he grounds one to second on the first play. That one is right over an easy out, an easy catch for Nico Songo over at first base, and that is going to do it for us through 6. We head to the 7th. Memorial down 1, 9-8. We're back here. One more full inning to play, assuming we don't need extra innings to decide this one as Luke Senatore sets up at the right D's batter's box for Fort Lee to start this one off. And he takes the first pitch of the at-bat outside. The 1-0 from Beeman. He stays in again. That swung on and chopped just there. And that throw wild into right field. Thankfully, Oliver Rivera there to back it up. No chance for Senatore to go over to second. But what should have been a routine play is over the head of Alexis Martinez. And Fort Lee a chance to build on the 9 runs they have put up so far, the 1-run lead they have put up so far. And they're going to try to swipe second, and swipe second they will. Not even a throw goes over to Luke Senatore Fort Lee now a runner in scoring position, nobody out. They would love some insurance on this one-run lead. That pitch, Senatore gets about 20 feet off the bag, heading towards third. All off some shuffles, though, no sprints. And no one covering second. Cuevas now shifting over that way. Pitch from Beeman to Dorcom. That one's a swing and a miss. Count now 2-1. Beeman looks back Senatore on second. Thought about heading for third. And by the time that was in the glove of Villalobos, he was about halfway down before he headed back. Three-one count. Empty base at first. Delivery from Beeman swung on. Popped up into left center. Pantaleon makes the call, and he will. He drops it. It falls out of his glove. But he drops an absolute dime over to third base. They're going to call him safe. It looked as though Alvaro had got the tag in, but we don't have a great vantage point of that over on the first base side. Pantaleon almost made up for his mistake in a big way, throwing out the runner, tagging from second over to third. But Luke Senatore now stands on third. Dorcam on second, and he went over to go steal on that. And it's popped up in playable territory, about 8 feet away from home plate, 3 feet foul on the first base side. And it was Alexis Martinez who came in trying to make that play. Couldn't, though. Would have been a great free out for Memorial to record. Still, nobody retired with runners on first and third. Dorcam, in all likelihood, would take off again this pitch. And Beeman, who's been in for quite a while now, throws that one wild. Dorcam trots over to second. That one hit the back fencing. No throw, as usual. No one warming up in the Memorial bullpen right now. That one low, count 2-1. Beeman has to be at least a little fatigued at this point, especially with how cold it is and how windy it has been all day. The temperature's in the 40s, but it sure feels like worse. And the 3-1 pitch from Elijah Beeman just finds the inside part of the plate, 3-2. Max Greenberg waits on deck. The 3-2 can't find the zone, and the base is now loaded for Fort Lee to start off the final inning of this game. They'll meet at the mound. It's going to be a pitching change. The ball comes out of Beeman's hands after pitching about 5. Now coming in, Angel Castano. The sophomore, he's pitched 49 pitches so far this season. That's an inning and a third with 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 1 strikeout, and allowing 3 hits. We'll be back after his warm-ups. Max Greenberg is going to be the first batter that new pitcher Angel Castano is going to see. He comes in with the bases loaded here in the top of the seventh and nobody out. Quite the jam. And a double play opportunity. They'll only get one, but a line drive that could have done so much damage to Memorial's hopes of winning this game is brought in by the glove of Danny Diaz over at shortstop, who was playing in as well. He's on the infield grass, about at the tee of the Tigers logo, still manages to make that catch. That one ripped foul by Marcus Lee. That'll make the count 0-1. A double play now ends the inning. It's the only way Memorial can record a traditional play without having a run. The infield stays in. They don't want to have to bank on it. The count now 0-2. How big a strikeout would be here? Swing, that one's popped up. That'll go out of play. No chance. And a nice play by the West New York police officer behind home plate. Angel Castano looking to save his team in a huge way here in this seventh inning. Winds up the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Marcus Lee goes down swinging. And now 2 outs recorded. Memorial 1 away from bringing this game to the bottom of the seventh, only down 1. The only one standing in their way now, Jacob Greenberg. Greenberg takes his spot. What a day he's had so far, both on the mound and in the box. He pops that one up. Should be playable. Alvaro sets up under it, makes the catch with his arm fully extended. Got a little risky there at the end. Angel Castano comes in, saves Memorial's day. Bases loaded, no outs, and bases loaded, 3 outs is how this inning ends. We head to the bottom of the seventh. Memorial, one more chance to tie this game up with the run. We'll be right back. We're ready here in West New York. 3 more outs is what Memorial has left in the tank. They find themselves down 1 after dropping 8 runs through the first 6. It's going to be the junior Yadiel Gill to step up first. And although he has not had the greatest of seasons so far, batting .083 through 12 at-bats, what a moment he has put in now, a chance to have so much impact on the rest of this game. Memorial on the third base side is as loud as they've been all game. They're making noise. Their dugout believes Yadiel Gill showed bunt a little bit on that pitch, took it back. Once it was clear, that ball was going way wide. Pitch number 2 swung on, popped up first base side. Sets under it, out of play, and making the catch is first baseman Nico Songo. Still 2 outs, though. Memorial, all they have to do, produce 1 run to send this game to extras. 2 would win it. Christian Cuevas, we saw him pitch a little yesterday. He's had some success in the batter's box today, though. The sophomore steps up, trying to continue this game on with a base runner. We saw him bunt earlier for a hit. He set up for one again. Took it back, though. That one outside and low. Dorcom still in this game. The 1-0 does find the zone. One count. Dorcom, the pitch. That's bunted. That goes foul, though. 1-2. The question now, will he decide to do it again? If he bunts and it goes foul, he is out. We know he can do it. He's done it before in this game. We're about 2.5 hours in at this point. Dorcom, the 1-2. That one's low. Count shifts up to 2-2. Dorcom, the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Cuevas goes down swinging, and Memorial down to their last out. We're back at the top of the order now, though. Rafael Fernandez steps up. The score, Fort Lee 9, Memorial Tigers 8. Down to their last out. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. It's Fernandez. Dorcom delivers. And showing bunt, pulling it back, is Fernandez. That one missed the zone just a little bit low. The count, 1-0 to start this one off. Pitch number 2 fouled right back up into the jersey of Fernandez. 1-1. They've dropped many big innings before. They've scored 4 runs this game with 2 outs. That one goes wide. Count 2-1. The wind blowing strong as ever here in West New York. The 2-1 pitch. Dorcom, he's been in for a while. That one finds the zone. 2-2 count. Memorial are down to their last strike. Dorcom steps off, wipes his face, sets up. Fernandez ready in the box. The 2-2 pitch. A called strike 3. Rafael Fernandez goes down looking, and that is going to do it for us here in West New York. Memorial falls short for the 2nd consecutive day. Your final score, Fort Lee 9, the Memorial Tigers score 8. That is going to do it for us today. I'm Caden Drummiller, and this is WHIT Podcasting.